You see now, we're getting ready to install the exhaust canisters to the exhaust system. We have the 2 cylinder pipes coming up now, and the next step, we'll put those exhaust cans on. Now they've just been placed on the 1098. Here's the couple of the pipes we saw coming up. Now the cans are in place where that beautiful sound comes from. We're the first manufacturer to produce a motorcycle with monoblock calipers. They're essentially a brake caliper that's made from one piece of alloy and then machined.
Those monoblock brakes were first developed for Ducati race bikes. On the street, they give the 1098 the most powerful brakes of any production motorcycle in the world.
This is the final testing of those motorcycles we've been seeing built up. This is the first time the engine runs. We're testing the engine efficiency, looking for quality, any leaks, checking the brakes. There's lots of telemetry in there for the motorcycle, but also the senses of the tester himself. What does he feel? What does he hear? What does he smell when he's testing that motorcycle? We really depend on their experience and instincts at this part of the process.
It takes more than experience and instincts to build a Ducati. It takes a very unique Italian attitude toward motorcycles.
You just walk in and it's, people are smoking and it just feels like old-time Italy, real sausage making kind of, we're building bikes here.
Ducati produces between 35 and 40,000 motorcycles a year. And each one is built by Ducati enthusiasts for Ducati enthusiasts.
You look around, you see signage with pictures of the motorcycle components, red doors, blue signs. It kind of reflects the Italian attitude towards life and kind of reflects the soul that you feel when you ride a Ducati motorcycle. There's a lot of color in our motorcycles when you ride them, and I think that's reflected in the factory when you look around.
From the walls to the finished motorcycles, the vibrant colors are yet one more reminder that Ducati has never lost sight of its Italian roots.
There is not only the personal satisfaction of being able to deliver to the market something you dream of, but to give this country, which is Italy, something to be proud of, and the people that work here something to be proud of.
The bikes that Ducati creates touch the human senses and showcase a clearly Italian kind of style. In northern Italy, motorcycles are not just transportation. They are fashion statements, created by mechanical artists looking to push the edge.
Designers always have their work with them because everything we see, we observe, gets stored away, and then hopefully one day it'll come out in a useful form. So designers by nature are observant and curious, so you're never away from your work, ever.
In Italy, you can create styling trends with a motorcycle.
So our bikes should take the Italian design outside Italy, no? And the Italian design talked about some fashion, some way of presenting yourself.
One of the newest Ducati fashion statements is the Hyper Motard. The bike has the soul of a race bike, but doesn't look like a race bike. In fact, it doesn't look like anything Ducati has ever built before.
We call it the Hyper Motard. There's been a trend over the last 10, 15 years of having these super motards. And they essentially bikes, and those people don't really know about. They were born in America. It's not a French invention, even they'd like to think so. It was born in America called super bikers when I was young, which is a while ago.
The tall wheels, upright seating position, and wide handlebars are all design cues that can be traced directly to the Hyper Motard's American superbiker origins. Those original machines were called motards because they were multi-purpose motorcycles that could be ridden in the dirt or on the street.
The motard basically is a bike which has really open feel at the back, Very lightweight exhaust system, very spares bodywork, very essential. So we've got the small panels on the front, got a mudguard which is abbreviated, fairly long travel, motocross handlebars. On this particular one we've got the mirrors integrated in handlebars, so that keeps it very clean. Otherwise we'd have these big antennas sticking out the top. The idea is small, essential, lean, and mean.
And then here comes the hypermotard. Nothing similar was there before. It's clearly the work of a magician, and it's clearly the work of Pierre Terblanche, our magician. And what we did, we put Pierre on a farm outside of the company to do his own magic tricks.
It is ironic that in a land of antiquity, the hypermotard owes its existence to one of the most modern things of all, the internet. Ignoring conventional wisdom that says new models are best kept secret, pictures of the bike are posted on the company's blog, and people around the world are asked for their comments and reactions.
We built the hypermotard only because the blog people asked us to do so. We put out a questionnaire, simply saying people, you know, do you like it, don't you like it, what do you like, what don't you like. In a week we got 36,000 answers. You know, 36,000 answers is a mind-blowing type of answers.
The response to Ducati's blog is so overwhelming that it actually causes the Ducati website to crash. It is perhaps the only time a company has ever been happy to see its computer system go down. Believing that they have a hit on their hands, the company decides to build one of the most unusual looking Ducatis ever.
We got overwhelmingly positive at a level that we had never experienced before. And that was fine, and we said, we got a winner here, we should produce it.
The design process is about limiting the damage. So it's very, very hard to keep everything you wanted from the initial prototype stage to production. But on this particular bike, we've managed to lose very little. And if we park the original prototype next to this one, you know, it's very close. You know, you can't really push it on the road that hard, but it's about having fun, being in the outdoors, and especially in Italy, great scenery. And when you ride with your friends, it's just being in company.
Distilled to its core, the hypermotard is all about fun. And for motorcyclists, few places on the planet are as enjoyable as the Italian motorcycle mecca called the Futa Pass.
The Futa Pass is a very twisty, winding road that connects Florence to Bologna. And no surprise, our bike comes out as the best cornering bike, the best braking bike, the best handling bike. And this is what really matters on a racetrack that is a very windy road.